people of the universe, welcome to another lovely sunny day. Day of work in Germany. We're working, everyone else is free. My name is Mischa Marcks, I'm a German bassist. I play bass for about 10, I don't know, we're at 13, 15 years now. And I was always looking for the bass that just suits to my body, suits to my fingers and my ears. Because as you can notice, my fingers are quite small and that can be a problem as a bassist. But this lovely baby of Maruszczyk, we designed it together. It was a long process with a lot of trying out and trial and error sometimes as well. But in the end, full success. I'm loving this bass. Already passed the first gig successfully, a solo gig where I played my solo program with a loop station, a little bit delay, and that's all I need basically. And I guess the most special part about this bass is that it has a C string instead of an H or low B. And what I like about this is, especially for solo stuff, you can just create way more sound variety as with the low B, where you're basically just using it for more, fatness, more punch in pop songs or R&B, hip hop. So here we go with my solo bass. We got loads of controls here. In the beginning, I had it a bit simpler. I thought, well, I don't need all that fancy stuff, but in the end, once you don't have it and you think, oh shit, I really need that one, you're gonna be bummed. So I decided to get it all and see what I can do with it. Got my active passive switch, very important. Didn't have that in any bass before. It was either passive or active. Now, thanks to Adrian's input, I can also, when I'm touring in Africa or anywhere and I run out of batteries, just finish the gig, no problem. The sound is almost the same, passive active. I mean, of course, having the EQ neutral, but there's more things. I had another bass where there was a piezo pickup or piezo pickups directly built in. I really love this idea, especially for tapping stuff. You have this extra attack and it sounds a bit more acoustic, sometimes even as if there was a little bit reverb somewhere mixed in the tone. Then we have the usual ones. Oh, let's start down here. This is the piezo volume. This is my pickup blend, the volume, master volume for the usual pickups. Then we have the bass, we have the mids, parametric, down here is the frequency, here the amount. I usually have them on neutral. The treble and the tone for passive. And there we go. That's all you need. Some other fun facts about this bass. It's just very light, perfect for my body weight. I'm very light too, so having a heavy bass is just a pain in the neck, a pain in the shoulders, and eventually in the arms and fingers. So I'm happy with this one. On top of just being light and therefore comfortable to play, it's also a medium scale. Fingers again, short fingers, short bass, totally makes sense. There's no sound diminishment in my ear or anyone else's who heard it till now. We have the ash body. We got an spalted burl maple top, which I asked Adrian to also get my pickups done in, and headstock, of course. The pickups are bass culture pickups. The bridge is an ETS custom built bridge. ETS works very closely together with Richter, whom did the electronic. I am the choice for that combination of electronics and bridge was really the piezo system, and it was also a little bit of work to get it all working, but eventually it's just exactly what I wanted, so I'll hope you be inspired, and maybe I'll see the same system in another bass soon. Further, we have an ebony fretboard, plain black. I kind of dislike all the dots on the fretboard. It's just nice to have this plain surface, and as a contrast to the wood on the body itself. Let's have a look at the headstock. We get those nice hip shots, very light as everything else on this bass. Helps a lot with the weight of balance of the whole bass, because I remember one of my first basses, a vintage bass, I had that problem that I always was hanging like this, balanced basically, so I always have to carry half of the bass in my hand instead of just having the weight on my shoulder, which really sucked. But now I have it like this and it just stays. It's awesome. We're gonna have a little look at the back, because there's some secret tricks. Got a drop tuner here. I haven't used it yet, but I thought, just as well as the electronics, there's more to be explored, so let's build it in there. I asked Adrian to do a 3-piece maple with a dark veneer in between. I got this idea. I had another bass which had like 7 pieces, and Adrian's custom frock had only 2. So I thought, okay, let's do something in between. You might have realized that you've seen the shape of the bass kind of like this before somewhere else. There's not only one bass builder who has this kind of shape. It's been done in a million different varieties. I wanted exactly this shape. Funny thing is, really in the end, I just found out why I really wanted it, and that it was more brilliant for me and my body and my playing than I thought it would be. To demonstrate that, I'm gonna strap the bass back on. And I'm gonna show you something. I was working on a not yet patented thing to keep the bass in place, because what with a lot of basses happens is once you strap them on, they're like this. So you gotta crunch your wrist until it goes no more. And I was figuring out the things to put here to just keep this position. But now that I have my little screw, it already gets the bass in this shape, and my wrist stays totally straight, no matter where I play. Furthermore, to get my bass strapped, Adrian gave me these locks. I already have a little bit experience with them and love them. I got 2 in here on this end, so I can adjust the height depending on the playing circumstances. Like if I play a heavy metal gig, I might have it a little bit lower. And last but not least, Adrian was so friendly and gave me my own logo on top of the headstock. I was allowed to move his logo down here, so mine can be at the top, and I'm just loving it. That's the sound. Completely neutral, just having it on passive for now. Got both pickups equally in now. For slapping attack, we just go to the front one. And for solo type Jacko sound, of course, we go to the back pickup, I always leave a little bit of space to have some of that low end from the front pickup. And now, just to prove you how equally powerful the passive and active sound is, just gonna switch. Hardly any difference, is there? Then we, of course, have a lot more options. We got tremendous bass for deep reggae bass lines. What I loved about actually the first bass I bought for my own money, was that it had a parametric mids. But what I used to do with my old bass was having a little wah-wah in my bass, basically. The piezo sound. What I like about the piezo is that it gives me a little extra crunch, which is very useful in tapping songs. But I prefer not to use only piezo, because then it gets a bit too clicky and we don't really hear the tone of the note. So I usually just mix it in a little bit, but here we go, just the piezo sound. For some circumstances, even that might be just the right sound. So I'm gonna play one of the songs from my solo program. So it's called Open Path.